Hey, Pally.
Today is November 26th, 2018, and InFocus starts right now.
Girls swimming has a meeting after school today.
And tensions rise near the border.
All that and more is coming up on today's show. Welcome to InFocus. I'm Sarah Nash.
And I'm Max Bonstetter.
Well, there's not much going on around campus today.
But here's what is going on in today's campus bulletin.
The President's Award is given to students who complete at least 100 hours of community service. Students who received a President's Award this fall should attend a meeting this Tuesday at the beginning of tutorial on Haymarket Theater steps. A group photo will be taken and awards will be distributed with the time to check into tutorial of your choice. Light refreshments will be served. If you have any questions, contact klarson@pausd.org.
The swim season is coming up soon. There's a girls' swimming meeting today at 3:30 at the pool deck for varsity and JV.
Well, moving on now from what's going on around campus to what's happening in the world and locally today.
Let's take a look at what's topping today's headlines in today's News Minute.
Well, migrants from the caravan coming from Central America finally reached the U.S.-Mexico border yesterday. The caravan was met with tear gas deployed by U.S. authorities as they tried to cross the border illegally. Mexican riot police were also deployed as migrants rushed the border at the port of entry in San Ysidro, California. Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen said in a statement that some migrants attempted to breach legacy fence infrastructure along the border and sought to harm CBP personnel by throwing projectiles at them. The border was then closed by Customs and Border Patrol but was reopened earlier today.
Egyptian authorities for the first time on Saturday opened the sarcophagus of a mummified woman dating back 3,000 years. It was one of two ancient coffins found earlier this month by a French-led mission near El Asasef, close to the famed Valley of the Kings archaeological site in southeastern Egypt, Reuters reported. Both had mummies inside, said the report, adding that the first sarcophagus had already been opened and examined by Egyptian antiquities officials. The second well-preserved mummy was found in a tomb also containing 5 colored masks and around 1,000 statues, said Egyptian authorities. Workers removed 300 meters of rubble over 5 months to reach the tomb, which also featured colorful paintings on the ceiling.
And for all you football fans out there, the New England Patriots superstar quarterback Tom Brady became the league's all-time leader in passing yards regular season and postseason combined yesterday. In terms of regular season passing yards, Brady remains 4th all-time behind Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and Brett Favre. Brady will also assuredly add further NFL records to his name before he calls it quits. The 41-year-old is likely more interested in adding to his Super Bowl victories. However, the Patriots always remain a major threat to win the Super Bowl title. Well, Max, I watched a lot of movies during break. A lot of the Bourne movies, really good. But what are some of your favorite movies?
You know, I'm a big fan of Space Jam, Michael Jordan, so yeah.
Nice. Well, speaking of classic movies, Thayer Kacher's in the studio with Today in History. Thayer, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Sarah and Max. Today we'll go back to a movie that came out when our grandparents were very young. It's still the same old Today in History as we go back 76 years to when Casablanca premiered. The classic movie starring Ingrid Bergman and Humphrey Bogart won 3 Oscars, Best Picture, Director, and Adapted Screenplay. The film, which is set during the Second World War, follows the life of Rick Blaine, a former freedom fighter and a club owner in Casablanca, who has to choose between his love for a woman, Isa Lund, and saving her husband from the Nazis. This movie is truly a classic. That's all for me. Back to you.
While Pally football took the L in their final, there are still plenty more W's to report.
And McKenna DiGeronimo is in the studio now with the latest in Pally Sports news. McKenna, I think we all want to hear about what happened in that big football game since I wasn't there. But what happened?
Well, thanks, Sarah and Max. Unfortunately, it was a 17-7 loss for the Pally football team when they faced Menlo Atherton in the Central Coast Section Open Division I semifinals. This game was no blowout, as the Vikes were only down 10-7 with a little over 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. MA was a bit bigger and finished out with a win. Pally can be proud to finish the season 10-2. Well done, Vikes. Moving on to cross country, congratulations to Pally senior Henry Saul, who completed his high school cross country career with a 9th place finish in Division I of the CIF State Cross Country championships held at Woodland Park in Fresno on Saturday. Saul also won the CCS section title with a time of 15:15.5, which Pally's Donald Target finished 89th overall. Today is a day for Pally athletics. Soccer and basketball are back in action on Tuesday. And that's all for me. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, McKenna. Well, now that most of the smoke is gone, today's weather report should be a little bit more peaceful.
Our meteorologist Ingrid Pychow is in the studio now with today's weather report.
Ingrid, what can we expect out there today?
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Max. Right now in Palo Alto, 63 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a little bit cloudy. The highs are going to be 65 and 40, and the lows are going to be 49 for today. There's going to be a wind blowing at 5 miles per hour, and the humidity stands at 59. There's not going to be any rain today. However, tomorrow and Wednesday, the highs are going to be 61, lows are going to be 53. It's going to be the same for both days. Now, looking at our forecast, you can see for most of the week, it's going to be raining. The highs are going to remain on the low 60s to the high 50s, and the lows are going to be around the mid 40s. Now, looking at Bay Area temperatures, you can see that it's pretty much all the same. San Francisco and Oakland are a little bit chillier than Palo Alto and San Jose, but that's pretty much it. That's all from me. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that. Well, that does it for today's episode.
Be sure to visit our website to check out old episodes, check the bulletin, or to send us an email.
And until next time, have a great day, Pally.